Okay.
Amaku sisi.
Siyabonga uba usinike eli thuba. Awuhle mani, awumhle mani. Sanibukile elo lizwe ukulu.
Enkosi.
Sivumile. Okay, now we are doing a podcast regarding of who you are, where you have been. You just need to share with us what you want to share with us and where you are going regarding your spiritual journey, where it started, and where it is right now. Over to you.
Enkosi Sisilinda, sabulela kakhulu. Mina ngami nguNoluntu. Ndizalwe kwaNzwana, isenemi yami yasekhaya nguNzwana. Nditshadele kwaLuse. Ndingudla ngamandla, umchenge, utolo. Ya, ndizalwa nguMampandla, uKhipha, uTethe, uMbona. So Sisilinda, journey I think my journey, my spiritual started when I was young, but obviously it's one of those things that I think our parents never paid attention to. I was a very intelligent child now when I was growing up, intelligent and very very quiet in a way. And I grew up amongst 6 siblings. You can just imagine. But I was one of those children who just... Pardon?
Were you the last born of the 6?
No. Yeah, I'm the second one. I so wish. I so wish.
Yeah.
So it's 5 girls and the last one is a boy. So it's 5 girls and a boy. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's twins just before the last one. Yeah, so there's twins. So I can say we're 5 because you only count 1 for the twins. Okay. So I grew up in PE. And I've been around. I went to boarding school to Fort Beaufort in high school. I've studied in Cape Town, and I've worked in Cape Town, and I've worked in Johannesburg as well. But my spiritual journey, if I can go back to that, has been one that I should have identified myself when I was young, because I couldn't fit in with people. I was a child who loved to read too much. Like, I was at the ages of 9 years, I'm not joking, I was reading like thick novels. There's a novel that I think people just became so familiar with it, The Alchemist. I read The Alchemist when I was 9 years old. Yeah. And I always had these voices that talked to me whilst I was this quiet child. It was like there was this invisible person or people that would talk into my ears as young as I was, but I never told this to to anyone. And I grew up not much liking to watch TV. It was like when I was reading books, I could form images of what was in the books. I kind of like communicated and interacted more with the words within the book. So I was that child. And then I ended up passing my standard 10 with a distinction. It was standard 10 then, but I was underage because I got to finish some of the standards like while I was very young. So I wrote my standard 10 with a special number from the Department of Education, and I was standard A. I was very underage. I was 15 years old when I was writing my standard. I was 14 actually. I turned 15 in December. So I struggled to get into tertiary level. So it was while I had these distinctions, but I struggled to get into tertiary level because I was underage. And I ended up doing small courses. And okay, to cut the story short, I went to Cape Town after I did several pre-tech courses because I had to buy time for me to be of age, to go to varsity. So I ended up, just going to Cape Town, and I just fell in love with a course that was not open to Black people at that time and mostly women. So I kind of like found it I think it was a career. Yeah, it was a career, one of those career conferences at PE Tech or UPE, I can't remember, but I found out about a construction course there that was not amongst people and especially women. So I went and studied that construction in Cape Town. I got a bursary with construction sector, and construction sector was kind of like looking for women,
Which year was
who were
that?
progressive in terms of their studies. So, pardon?
Which year was
It
that?
was 2000 and yeah, I started. I need to go back. 2000, year 2000.
That means I
Yeah,
was
that's when I
working at
started.
construction center as a bursary
Really?
administrator. Yes, maybe you know how these things work. Maybe you're one of my students.
Oh, well, there was that nice lady. There was a lady who had a very beautiful aura there. I can't remember her name.
That was me.
She
I was
used to deal with
the
students a
first
lot.
one that started the bursary scheme in theater.
Was it you?
It's me.
Oh, wow, Linda.
It's a small world,
Now
right?
you're saying something else.
I was the first one
I
that
deal with this
introduced
lady
me
who
to
had
them.
a beautiful aura. It was, oh, wow.
Yes,
You must be joking.
I'm
Small
telling you,
world.
it's a small world. Now you're telling my age, ne? It's not about me, it's about you. That
Okay,
was me.
fine. Yeah, studied and it was such a strange thing how I got a bursary. Yeah, strange things were happening that year. Yeah, it was a struggle, like within the family. They were in financial crisis. Things were very hard. So I got this bursary. I go to Cape Town, and I remember my grandmother actually took money out of her grant to give to me to kind of like buy groceries while I was there. I was still waiting for my bursary. Yeah, and I went there, studied, got distinctions, came out with a cum laude graduation in quantity surveying. Okay, go back 2000, I think it was 2006. Yeah, I'm finalizing my degree. I'm completing my degree in 2006. Something strange happened again. So the Department of Public Works and ESCOM, they're looking for Black females within the department who are doing very well in their studies. Then I think the HOD just kind of like my CV and took it to the Department of Public Works. I swear to God, I never knew about that. I never applied at the Department of Public Works, but I got a call from Stellenbosch. One of the, like, it was one of those quantity surveying firms that was well sought after, by both white people and Black people in those days. And I was called in that company. I was like, I never applied here. What's happening? So it's the thing that I've been gifted, but I never knew that I was gifted. Then I went there, I'm like, and then just on my way going to an interview there, this old man started calling me. He was like, my child, it's me, so and so. I'm calling from the Department of Public Works. The chief, I think he was a chief coordination, something, but in projects. I took your CV, this quantity surveying firm, Stellenbosch. I had to send it there. I couldn't let you work here at Department of Public Works with those results. When I saw your academic, I couldn't let you. I was like, oh wow, thank you. I was so grateful. Then I went to the interview. Instead of me being interviewed, it was like a chat session with all these directors, and everyone, I swear to God, was like white. It was an Afrikaner, like white environment. I was like the first Black person to be in that company. Yeah, I was trained. I got trained there. I got involved in one of the beautiful big projects. Like everything in my life just flourished. Like I was part of the Greenpoint Stadium project before the World Cup. My name is there on that book. I worked directly under directors while I was a junior. I was well mentored and trained. Like I swear to God. Then I ended up working in shopping malls with this other director up until 2011, and then I got headhunted by another construction company in Johannesburg. Relocated. I think it was in 20.
You have muted.
Yeah. When I went to, sorry about that, there was a call that was coming in.
Okay.
So I relocated to Joburg 2013, mid-2013. And then 2014, late 2014, towards the end of 2014, I got pregnant. Then that's when my gift started to kind of like awaken. After I gave birth to my son in 2014, I started having this. Pardon?
How old were you then?
I was 33. Yeah, the age. Yeah, the age whereby. Yeah. It was that I was 33, and my gift kind of like opened up. It went okay. Everything just flourished even when I was relocated to Johannesburg. Everything was beautiful. I was very successful. Everything, it was like it it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like someone was always opening a door for me just enter. And throughout my life, I've never been a person who has had interviews. I'm not lying. I just checked. So it was that kind of a thing that there was these invisible people, the very same people who had conversations with me when I was young. They were opening these doors for me, like these doors were just being opened. Oh, and another thing that I had, Linda, if I can go back, while growing up, I was very much attached to the Bible. I couldn't understand why, because we were not one of those kids who were forced to go to church like religiously, but there was this attachment that I had with the Bible. Even when I was in tertiary level, like it was like I had to read the Bible, and I always slept with the Bible under my pillow. And it was just something that I was never taught by anyone. Then, okay, going back to after I gave birth to my son, I started having these voices coming back, kind of like becoming, very, 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 very clear now. I would get woken up, it was early 2015. I would get woken up like between the hours of 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. just to pray. And it was not me praying, it was like the voice was praying with me inside my ears. Like I could go on and pray and pray and pray because there was these voices that were making me pray with them. And then it happened, and then I had severe headaches. I exhausted medical aids. I was wearing like berets now, like I was wearing berets, like I had to change them with the clothes. Like I had to buy different colors because there was just this coldness that I felt on top of my head. I couldn't even like bend and drop my head. It was so difficult to even make the bed. That happened, I think, for almost a year. I was just enduring these headaches. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and exhausted medical aid. Yeah, and then I think after a year, the feminine voice that was praying with me for a very long time, just one day, he was like, I'm leaving now. I'm going to come back again. I was so shocked. I was like, you're leaving, you're going to come back again. And then I was shocked. Little did I know that, yeah. Yeah, things
The
are
beginning
going to
of a
get
new thing.
hotter. Yo, Sis Linda. Yeah, things got from I thought I was in a very bad situation, but things started getting hotter after that. And then she became quiet. And then just after 2 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, then I started channeling the spirit. Literally channeling the spirit. Like my voice would change. Like it was, and it was like now I'm channeling a male male spirit, you know. I got so sick, Sis Linda. By the time year 2016 was over, I was walking with a stick. I swear to God, I was walking with a stick
Really?
to and from, I swear to God, to and from work. Like I would go to work walking with a stick, a wooden stick. I still have that stick with me, but obviously it's way back at home now.
Yeah, no,
It
it's
was,
not there.
and
It's not there.
yay, not yeah. I couldn't take it with, yeah, but I have such a sentimental connection with that stick. Um, and the strange thing is that I was shown the stick before I couldn't walk. I was walking in town, you know, going there to buy things in the CBD. And then this stick was just looking at me. It has umnumzane. It was
Okay.
just looking at, yes, it has umnumzane like in a spiral way. Yeah. So it was just looking at me, and for some strange reason, now I know what's the meaning of that stick and how it's connected to my gift, and why I needed that stick for me to take that journey. It was more kind of like um, something that was bringing wisdom to me, but in a very painful way because I had to down it to actually understand who I was. So I went through a period of being, shredded into pieces. I was shedding the old me and becoming, um, familiar with the new me. My awakening was very difficult, Cecilia. I swear to God. I was channeling without anyone having guided me. I was channeling Idlozi. I was given a name by Idlozi. I opened my Msamo all by myself. But then when hell broke loose, it was when I couldn't walk anymore. I became paralyzed during that process. Became paralyzed. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move my
Which year was
body
this now?
from the neck, yeah, from the neck down. So yeah,
Which year was this
there
now?
was it was in early 2017. Yes, early 2017. Yeah. Then this thing happened. I spoke to, yeah, it happened. And then nobody was, nobody was kind of like opening up to me what was happening to me. And there's a gift. I told my mom, and then my mom was like, my father was igqirha lempolo emhlophe, and he was practicing when he passed on. He was a practicing, and I feel like, Amak, I feel like it could be something related to him, but then I don't know, why are you channeling? My mom was like, and I grew up um like amongst him performing all these things, and I would come back from boarding school and he would give me his Ndumba money to kind of like bifukame. The Ndumba money was ibifukanywa ndim, like my mom said that. And she was like, but I don't understand, why are you talking? Because I've never seen someone changing a voice and talking. And then I was like, I don't know. Then I just became quiet. I couldn't talk. There were voices inside my head. I was getting messages, but I couldn't talk back to anyone. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. And then I was kind of like shown this lady. And this lady, I think it's a gogo. It's an old woman, a gogo, my gobela. She was supposed to make me walk again, because she was very gifted when it comes to imiti. So she made me walk. She healed me to walk again. She gave me helps, amakobongo and stuff. But then what happened is that, because I was also desperate and not getting any support from anyone and not knowing what was wrong with me, I kind of like became initiated into a hair imbande. Then it was Imbolebo Mbomfu, Utokoza. So I got initiated, and then in the Puzana Palaza. But when that ceremony was over, my guides started talking, but they talked before that, before there was Upuza Palaza ceremony. And they kind of like channeled that. We asked you from the beginning, are you going to be able to process this initiation? We asked you, are you capable of it? And then yeah, there were so many things that happened before that graduation. And then after the Upuza Palace graduation thing, my Josie was so fed up. They were like, out, we want nothing. You done.
Who's a
And I
palace
went
in the
back.
home?
Yes, it's in Bebo. Utokoza, yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to clarify that.
Oh, okay. All right. So I went back, Sis Linda, went back home. I was doing things myself, but I felt like there was a disconnection of some sort, as if there was something that was not, placed right in me. And then I was channeled to this Kulu who initiated underwater in Pietermaritzburg. That was a journey we had to drive there, and the road, like, it became literally emini, like 5 p.m. Like, it was misty. Getting there was a struggle. I don't know why. But when I got there, I got all my water spirits, like, back to how they were before. I got all the cleansing in all Amabandla. amanzi. Then I came back. Then I was fine again. I started walking my journey alone again because I kind of like became very skeptical and afraid of going back to kind of like council, gogos, or sangomas. I relied more on um, my interpretation of what was being told to me by Madlozi. But during my time, I've had different gogos for some strange reason who came in and out of my journey, and I would be like channeled to these different people, the gogos and kulus. But it was not like a kind of like a, what can I say, a mentor trainee thing. It was like, for this period, this person is going to be a reference just to journey you through this period. And then the link will be broken again.
And then they leave and you meet somebody else that will train you for the same journey. And then, so you were not attached to these gobelas or these. Yes.
So that's what happened during this time when I was kind of like self-training in a way. And it took me, I can like say that, Linda, it took me 8 years to fully understand my gift. And I don't know how other people do it. I'm not trying to or to analyze people, but you find people who just awaken within a year, and then within 2 years, I'm not sure what happens. And then in 2 years,
took me
people
that
just
long as
fully
well.
understand what they.
It took me that long as well, because you get initiated, but there's so much that you don't know. You graduate, and then they take you home, and then after that there's so much that is still needs to be done, that you still need to learn. That is why you were going into different homes, that is different trainers or trainees, different trainers, and they were showing you certain things, and it was okay for them for you to let go of them. And what I also know is that when they are done with you, idlozi lakho liyakususa kubo permanently.
Yeah.
Permanently.
That's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens, Linda. So, and yes, you
so
can.
indlela yakho, sorry Mchenge. Indlela yakho yensimbi emhlophe yahamba njani?
Mamela ke, Linda. That's where that is where I'm at. Indlela yami yensimbi emhlophe hasn't started yet, but it has started already in the spirit, but it has not started in the physical. Because when it happened, the indlela yami yensimbi emhlophe was that I would just cleanse, and I would go into a trance and then cleanse LNG. And kwakwimbola ebomvu, I was given the short stick, not choba, the short stick, the one induku lincinci, yeah. So ndinenduku encinci imbola ebomvu representa ekwakufuneke ibe khona, like with immediate effect, representa the colors embola emhlophe. And iyasebenza le yesicamako. Le nduku iyasebenza because I actually know when to use it and how it works, because I've walked the journey throughout kwimbola ebomvu, ndihamba nale nduku, yebo. So journey yam, Linda, when it comes to imbola emhlophe, it needs to start. But what is happening, there's an intertwined connection between my Stunywa Nalemboli Mhlophe, which I'm still figuring out.
We have only 8 minutes left. You don't have, in my understanding, in my view, when you are saying to us, you have been initiated by your ancestors. You have graduated, they have graduated you, they have done everything for you. They don't want you to be under people because these people do not understand what you are about. Does it make sense? So when they say to you, it means you are just a sangoma that has been trained by your ancestors. For them to take marriage back, it means that it was something that they wanted you to do. So ukuthi uyama enkundleni uphethe ichoba, that has nothing to do with you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a sangoma.
Injalo siswam. Injalo siswam ucamagu, and ndiyacamagusha because there's so many things that I have been. Yabona bana ndiyavova ngoku ngoba akuvovi mna kuvova bona.
Because why I'm saying this is that people always have that mentality of identifying is Sangoma or traditional healer or a healer, or with those sticks, amachoba and other things. But if it's zakho, don't feel or don't see a person that has the gift to carry you, then there's no way that you're going to have those things. You can go to your mom, your grandmother, and slaughter a cow and have it choba, and go to your great grandmother and slaughter a cow and have it choba, and you doesn't necessarily mean that usenkundleni.
Uyigqibile siswami because ndakhululiswa insimbi mna zonke ngo-2021, and then I went all white from head to everything. Yonke cloth yam is all white. I'm all white. The cloth, everything from the head down.
Yes. Because isihlole sakho sikhokhelisa ingelosi yokuthandaza phezu kwakho.
Injalo sis.
So what would be your last word in to share with other people to understand their gifts? You've got two minutes.
My last words would be that the gift lives inside of you. You are the gift. The healing you are seeking is actually within you and inside of you. You only need to sit down and listen to your guides talk to you and try to find a common ground with them and understand the language that they use to communicate with you. That would make your gift much more easier. That is what I have to say. And that's how I learned about my gift, to understand my gift. Ndiyacamagusha kuloo ndawo ndinginohlelo ezakhanya ke mna ke ndiphuma kwihlelo ezikhanyayo. That's the name that I was given by ithongo lam, nohlelo ezakhanya. Camagu sisili.
Mna ke ndiye kuzo zonke iinkalo zethongo. Ndiye kwintsimbi ebomvu, khona ke ndingumlanjeni, insizwe yakwaSibiya. Kwintsimbi emhlophe, ndiyinkwenkwezi yekhaya. Ndaya kwintsimbi yomndawo, ndingumzimvumvu kaMziramvu. Ndaya kwintsimbi yesithunywa, as you are saying, isithunywa, xa sizizithunywa kule ndlela. Mna I was asked to do it. I don't know, remember I was asked, or I just went because I was curious to know. And also, number two, I wanted to serve all the ancestors that they continue saying they are with me. Okay.
Yeah, umdawundi kumagodzoyi.
Samagu, ndawuwe Makuzoyi.
Ndawuwe.
So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for sharing. And thank you for being part of this family. By the way, we only know each other through this family. And we happen to be the same clan and we happen to click. So the people that think that we've known each other for long, no. We only have less than a year. We know each other for less than a year. But it feels like.
And maybe we've known each other for long in the spirit.
We've known each other for long in the spirit. Yes, we've known each other for long in the spirit. And also, you were my student that I taught.
You see? You
Thank
see?
you very much.
So we've known each other for long without knowing each other in the physical.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for your time. And continue being blessed and continue serving your ancestors in whatever way that you're serving them. There's no prescribed manual of how you serve your ancestors or your guides or your angels. So good luck, everything of the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sis Linda. Siyabulela nathi kwazana nawe. Thank you, Amako.
Good. Ekhaya.
Sakulisela. Amako.